How can the building skin adapt itself to seasonal changes and hereby contribute to the indoor office and studying climate? Can a building skin enhance the productiveness and well-being of the users, and how can this contribute to less energy consumption of the building? We were inspired by the ability of plants to adapt naturally to their environment. One of the processes is called heliotropism, where the leaves of the plants follow the direction of the sunlight. Other properties of the plants are purifying water and air, reducing CO2, and producing oxygen. This is interesting for the city, in this case Rotterdam. Now let's zoom into the site of the NAI. We find ourselves now in the city of Rotterdam. The NAI is located outside of the city center. We analyze the site of the NAI in terms of its orientation in relation to wind and sun. Let's have a look at the building more in detail. The building consists out of 4 different volumes with each own program. We look at the building in terms of structure, facade, and climate. The structure is defined by huge outside columns and a pergola that serves as aesthetic purpose only, instead of being efficient. The facade is a single glazing curtain wall. Let's have a look at the load-bearing structure. The forces are distributed through the thick frame structure. The secondary structure of the floor is hang on it or placed on top of the main structure. Now we focus on the facade and how it is connected to the main structure. Here we can see the assembly of the different parts, the steel columns with concrete core, and a curtain wall that attaches to the floors with a secondary structure. The climate of the NAI is controlled mainly by the mechanical systems for ventilation, cooling, and heating. There's one air inlet pipe and one extracting point on each floor that produces a lot of noise and takes a lot of space. We think that mechanically controlled systems have to be reconsidered because it leads to an unhealthy environment, and these systems use a lot of energy. We chose the west facade fragment to focus our redesign because of its orientation and hereby the potential to use plants. What are the main problems on this part of the building that we would like to improve? During sunny days, there is a glare problem for people working or studying. That's why the users close the blinds on the transparent facade completely, so the interiors become very dark. The other problem is the poor insulated facade, which means greenhouse effects during summer and heat loss during winter. Finally, outside structure has potential cold breach. Can the green help us to solve the problems? In order to find out, we started our research and compared different possibilities of climate concepts. We also looked at the solar, water, and wind possibilities and how they can be implemented to the NAI. We also studied the combination of different climate concepts. This led us choose the green as the main focus for climate scheme. One of the main issues here is to reduce the temperature peaks and create more stable climate. We have looked at reference projects that integrate green into the climate concept. For example, Bosco Vertical uses plants and trees to filter the air and to provide natural sun shading. The Gensan building uses atrium and double skin facade with plants inside. In order to map the wide range of possibilities of integrating green into the building, we made our own database. Here we looked at green use on the external surface of the building, green in between double skin facade, green use on the inside, and high-tech solutions as an alternative. We also studied the plants and their properties, for example, orientation, seasonal growth, height, and extra abilities. We grouped the plants in different categories, such as outdoor plants, indoor NASA plants, climbing plants, aquatic plants, and edible plants. Finally, we made a matrix of possible combinations of plants that can be used according to different solutions. For the individual work, we all choose the green concept, but each one of us identified certain topics to focus on. For example, water filtering, air purifying, biodiversity, sun shading, and food production.